Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today we will discuss about very interesting topic. So the topic I have chosen just because since we are in the age of generative AI, agentic AI, and every day we're talking about the AI. But there is something that is much requirement before learning AI also. I'm talking about a very small thing, even with these things are taught in colleges also. I'm talking about the memory management in Python. How do memory can be managed? How objects are allocated the memory? How identifiers are pointed to the objects? So when we write some program in the backend, how Python is allocated memory to these objects? Very important to understand. So my today topic which I have chosen is specifically based on the memory allocation of Python. So let's discuss. Let me take. So I will take you to. I will share my screen. So we will discuss more on the memory management, right? So if you see in my screen, I will show some practical also. If you see in my screen, I have one diagram in which I have written over some important points, right? So whenever we talk about the memory management, right, the important concept we must understand about the code area, variable, heap, and stack. When we talk about these kind of areas, this is the area where we write where our code is specifically there is a memory associated to our code. This is the area where the memory is associated to the variable. I will give you the practical example also. No worries on this, but just I'm just concentrating on the how memory. So when we talk about the variable area, for example, we have a is assigned 10. A is assigned 10, right? So this A is assigned memory over in this area. This is the main area where the memory assigned to object. So when I say A is assigned 10, so 10 will store here and there is a memory assigned to 10. So this A will point to 10 on the heap side only. That means A is a variable, I say identifier, right? So this identifier is stored in the variable area and 10, which I say as object, is stored in your heap area. This A will point to your this memory. So if you try to understand, so anything you write, A is assigned 10, B is assigned 20, right? How in the backend Python will work and Python will allocate memory. And one more important thing is important. So there's a auto garbage collector in the Python. You don't need to be clear the garbage collection in case of Python. Very simple concept is there. So whatever the variable you assign, the memory will allocate in the variable area. All the objects will be assigned to memory will allocate in the this heap area, and all the functions. When I say functions, all the functions will be assigned memory in stack area. So if you remember the initial days of C and C++, there's the one main function over there. Similar in Python also, but in case of Python, this main function will you will not able to see when you write a program because it is managed in the backend. But there is so these function whenever you write a Python, so these function whatever user defined function, whether you are writing the function, either Google is either that Python is managing the function, that memory to be allocated over here, this area. I will say to this area, right? So this area. So there is one thing over, you can see free area. Why we use this? Might be we are writing a very large program. For example, we're writing a equal to 10, b equal to 20, right? So it is keep providing. So because this memory come from the RAM, this memory come from the RAM only. There's a part of the RAM. So there might be a chance the heap allocation to for the program or heap allocation for the object might be get consumed. Then the memory allocation can be done using this area, free area. Can be done using this free area. This is the free area. If this free area is also get exhausted, but there is a concept of PVM, Python virtual machine. So this PVM will request operating system for more memory allocation. So basically, if you try to understand, so we have a code area. When we have a code specifically things to be written, that is divided into your variable, that is divided into your heap, that is divided into your free area and the stack. All the important functions to be memory allocated on the stack, and all your memory that is allocated to the object is on the your heap area, and all the variables are identifier are stored in the variable part. And just like a pointers in C, we have this variable is pointing to the memory allocation in the heap, right? A is pointing to the memory address, not to 10. A is pointing to the memory. Let's I will give you some example how this can be done. Oh, 1 second. Let me take you to one of the. This is the. Let us take a case, right? Let me clean everything, right? Let me write one small program. A is assigned A is assigned 10, B is assigned 20, C is assigned A plus B, right? Then I say print C, right? Print C. Very simple program, nothing is here. So if I go here, right? Let me show you. So this ignore that. So that is the previous program which I have done. I will show how. So this is, you can see, this is a variable area. This is your heap area, right? Where object will assign the address, and this is your variable area. And I will also add some stack area. How to add the stack area? If you go to view, just click on stack, you will have a stack area also, right? So let me run from here, right? Okay, 1 second. You can over to see when I run this. So A is assigned some address. Let me give it, instead of C, I will give you the D, because you can already see is over there. Might be get some confusion for you guys. So when I give this, right, when run this, right, you can see there's a the 10 is on the heap side. 10 is assigned on the heap, and A is assigned a memory on the variable. And A is pointing to the address. A is pointing to the address of the this object. That means memory of the variable is stored in the variable, right? And this variable is pointing to the address which is allocated to your objects. If I go over here, right? Let me over there, right? You can see over there, right? Let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. I will show you. See, this A, this is variable A, and the address is assigned to variable this. No, you can see in the variable area, you can able to see this A is assigned. Let me go. In the B area, you can say this address is assigned, right? If I click again, D is assigned a particular address. If I click again, C is assigned, right? C is assigned, print C, right? C is assigned also, D is C. Sorry, D is not over there. There's one error. Okay, right. So D is also assigned some memory address. You can see whatever the object is assigned memory inside the heap, and this object is allocated address which variable A is pointing. This B is allocated address which variable B is pointing. This D is allocated. Let me show again one by one. See, A is allocating an address, and this address have a value 10. That means A is pointing to the address. If I go, B is allocating some address in the variable area, and B is pointing that address which is stored in the heap area. Value is allotted to the objects in the heap area. I will go again, right? You can say over here. Right? Again, we can see that. So A, B, and D. These also assigned some address, right? If I go again, okay, it will provide the memory. In this way, you whatever the constant, whatever the values to be assigned, right? It should be assigned to this. See, I will show you address one. See, you can able to see over there. Every time address is assigned to the variable. Every time address is assigned to variable. You can see over there. If I click over here, you can see the address. If I click over there, you can see the address. You can see the result is 30. Result is 30, which is pointing to the address D. Which is pointing to the address D. So this is the concept. So this is a Thorny editor which I have shown you how you can able to understand how you pick up this understanding of writing a simple program and try to understand how memory allocated in case of Python. So memory allocated one by one. Very simplified way I say. So memory is allocated to variables. Variables are pointing to the address. Address having the memory allocated to the objects. So variable always point to the address. Address might be about which I want to be discussed today. Is a very simple thing, right? Which I want to be discussed. Okay. So this is a basic understanding of Python. So when we do any kind of programming or something with help of generative AI something, so these basic concept must be how basically memory is allocated in the backend. And throughout understanding will help you in the writing the good code. We will try to understand the info how to handle infrastructure. What is the memory size required by the code? What is CPU requirement for our infra? If we want to create more infra on the cloud infrastructure or wherever, so this will make us to main understanding. So what is size of the application? How much RAM it will take? How much memory it will take when the application will run? So thank you guys. Right? Kindly subscribe the channel also. I will keep coming up with the such videos. So this is I have started with the basic of Python. Might be come with the more videos on this also. Right. Thank you.